Welcome to my audience. This is the Thursday Executive Brief. 5 minutes, 1 leadership challenge, 3 executive moves, 1 action for the week. No theory, no fluff, just execution. So let's get to it. Hello to my audience. Welcome back and let's get right into it. A lot of smart leaders lose influence for one simple reason. They bring the right content at the wrong altitude. They walk into a senior room carrying detail, background, and operational proof. They think credibility comes from showing how much they know. But at executive and board level, the room is not looking for a tour through the weeds. It's looking for judgment, enterprise perspective, and the ability to edit complexity into direction. That is why strategic editing matters more as leaders rise, and why boards often step closer to operations when they lose confidence in how management is framing the business. What is the challenge here? This is one of the quiet mistakes that can stall an otherwise capable executive. You may have the facts, you may know the work better than anyone else in the room. You may even be correct, but if you answer a strategic question with operational detail, you sound smaller than your role. If the room is asking about direction and you respond with process, if it is asking about risk and you reply with activity, if it wants implications and you deliver explanation, your influence drops even when your information is accurate. That is the issue. Senior rooms do not reward the person who knows the most. They reward the person who helps the room see what matters most. Executive presence is not only about confidence. It is about altitude. It is about knowing whether the room needs details, diagnosis, recommendation, or decision. When leaders miss that level, they create drag. The room becomes impatient, confidence weakens, and the conversation starts moving around them instead of through them. And here's 3 moves that you can use to get that right. Diagnose the altitude before you speak. Before you answer, ask yourself one question. What level is this room operating at right now? Is this room trying to understand the mechanics, or is it trying to make a judgment call? Is it asking what happened or what matters? Is it asking for proof or for a point of view? That question changes everything, because once you identify the altitude, you stop defaulting to whatever you know best. Too many leaders answer from comfort. They stay close to the work because that is where they feel strongest. But senior influence grows when you answer from relevance, not comfort. Speak to the level of decision the room is trying to make. Move number 2, start with the enterprise meaning. Do not start with a pile of facts. Start with what those facts mean for the business. If revenue is slipping, say what that means for growth, margin, confidence, or risk. If execution is lagging, say what that means for strategic timing, customer impact, or competitive position. If a team is struggling, say what that means for capability, succession, or delivery. This is where many executives go too low. They explain the machinery instead of translating the implications. Senior rooms are not short on information. They are short on leaders who can turn information into enterprise meaning. That is what makes someone sound strategic. Move number 3, finish with a clear point of view. The room should never have to guess where you stand. After you frame the issue, land your view. What do you recommend? What trade-off do you see? What risk matters most? What needs to happen next? A lot of leaders stop one step too early. They inform, but they do not conclude. They update, but they do not lead. A senior room respects a leader who can absorb complexity and still state a clear position. Not recklessly, not arrogantly, clearly. That is the difference between sounding informed and sounding ready for bigger responsibility. And here's your weekly challenge. This week, in one important meeting, do 3 things in this order. Identify the altitude of the room, state the enterprise meaning first, and finish with a clear recommendation. Then watch what happens to attention, pace, and trust. Because influence rises when your thinking meets the room at the level it actually needs. And I hope to see you next Thursday on the Executive 5. Have a fantastic week. Take care. And that was it for today. Remember, precision beats intensity every time. Execute the move, run the challenge. And I'll see you next Thursday for the next Executive Brief.